Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. I know you got a good word this morning. How you feeling?
Hey, Rickey Smiley, I'm doing real well, my brother. Thank you so much. Listen, today I simply want to let everyone know that one of the blessings of being connected with the God above us is that God's Spirit lives within us. And because of what God does within us, we are ready to deal with whoever and whatever may come at us. Listen, and the question you may be asking is, what is this? What is this? I promise you, I tell you, it is what God's Spirit does within us, because I've discovered life is not lived based on what you have on the outside. It's based on what you have on the inside. Life is lived not from the outside in, but from the inside out. It's from the inside that we have our peace, when on the outside we're under pressure. It's on the inside that we have our strength, when on the outside we're dealing with stress. It's on the inside that we have God living within us, and whoever God inhabits, can't nobody inhibit, because God is on the inside of us. God is not just far off and in the distance running everything in the universe, but God is personal. God is within us. And so the question is, what is this? It won't let me hold my peace. What is this that helps me to love people when they are hating on me? What is this that keeps me going when life is trying to stop and block me? Whatever it is, it won't let me hold my peace. It's on the inside. And so whatever else you do, you move through today with the power of God, who is all powerful all around us, but know that God lives within you. And since God lives within you, my Bible says, if God be for you, who can be against you?
No, that's right, Pastor Haynes. Love you so much, man. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, love you, Rickey Smiley. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes.
Yes, sir. Here's some Dorothy Moore. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Rickey. Have a great one.
You too. What is this?
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 11 minutes after the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Eva got your front page. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. Russia sent more troops into eastern Ukraine yesterday. Meanwhile, President Biden is expected to announce a new weapons package in the coming days that will include additional artillery and ammunition. This comes after Biden last week approved $800 million package, including more helicopters and first American artillery. The U.S. has sent about $2.6 billion in military aid to Ukraine since the invasion. In other news, the U.S. Justice Department said yesterday that it will appeal a federal Florida district judge's ruling to end the nationwide mask mandate on public transportation. Now, it will do so only if the CDC believes the mandate is still necessary. Uber and Lyft announced yesterday that masks will be optional. Some places, however, including New York City, Chicago, and Connecticut, continue to require masks for mass transit. And our very own Dr. MJ Collier will join us at 8:22 Eastern, 7:22 Central to clear the air on whether we should be masking up or not. Last but certainly not least, in an update, an independent autopsy for the family of Patrick Loyola, the 26-year-old man who was killed by a Grand Rapids, Michigan police officer after a traffic stop, revealed the officer fired the fatal shot that killed him. Loyola, a refugee from Congo, was shot in the back of the head while face down on the ground as he struggled with the officer. The official autopsy report is part of the state police investigation and has not yet been released to the public. The officer's name has also not been released to the public. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news, but for more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, our sports genius. What's going on in sports?
What's up there, Eva? NBA playoffs continued last night. How about them New Orleans Pelicans? They saying to Phoenix, we ain't just going to lay down and let y'all just roll over us now. They bounced back, even up the series, one game apiece. Brandon Ingram had 37 points. Memphis, they tied the series up against Minnesota. They even at one apiece as well. The Miami Heat. This is one of those sneaky teams that people keep forgetting about.
Right.
Miami's like, they solid, man. Jimmy Buckets Butler went off for 45 points, Rick. Like, for real, Miami is like one of those teams that's like,
he'll find them Jays up from the stands.
Come on, dog, from the doggone stands. I got a nasty rumor, not to clear up, just to put out there some more. Tampa Bay Buccaneer legendary quarterback Tom Brady. There's a rumor that he was in discussions with the Miami Dolphins to be named as a minority owner. Now, this was after he retired and he's going into his other business affairs and everything. But now that rumor is back, and there's also a possibility that if he does this, he could play for the Miami Dolphins at the same time. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not, but it's definitely a story to put out there to keep feeding it and watering it and see what happens. That's what I got in sports right now. Gary with the team. What's up there, Pippin?
All right, y'all. People are talking about Miss Shalami Sanders. If y'all know who Shalami Sanders is, she's one of the beautiful daughters of Deion Sanders. Now, people are saying that she may be a mean girl because it was reported out that Deion Sanders asked his beautiful daughter to rub his foot because it was swelling, y'all. She laughed and pointed at it and told him, look at what your foot looked like. It looked like a turkey leg at the fair. She said, and Deion laughed about it, but he said, could you please stop it? Now, they're saying, y'all, that the Jackson State football coach had his left big toe and, y'all, the next one to it amputated during the fall after doctors found blood clots, that were causing circulation issues in his leg. Now, it caused him, y'all, to miss 3 games and several, he was been coaching, y'all, on a scooter. Now, they say he was in a wheelchair when he returned for Jackson State's win against Southern, y'all, back in November. Now, they're saying, Deion, he begged and pleaded her. She said she would need money and gloves, honey, if she was going to touch that foot. And he offered her $100 and whatever, but she told him that was not enough money, y'all. And people saying, is that mean? Because her poor daddy lost his toes and just asked for a massage. And she told him,
How old is she, Gary?
They was just playing, Gary.
I don't know. I'm sure they probably were just playing, though. But I mean, poor Deion, he couldn't walk, honey. She's in her early teens. She's about 19 or 20 years old, or what have you. But she told him she needed some gloves, honey, and some extra money to do it. So let's hope and pray that she did it, honey, and they all resolved that issue. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is summer hay. On the high end, you say summer hay, and on the low end, you say beautiful tan. That's your color for the day. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Red Table Talk is back, and I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 28 before the top of the hour. Y'all, time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. People reports that Red Table Talk will return today for its 5th season. Host, Jada Pinkett Smith is the host. Willow Smith and Adrian Banfield Norris. The show's new season will feature Janelle Monáe, Kim Basinger, Ireland Baldwin, the mother of Miss USA, Chelsea Chris, and allegedly Will Smith to address the Oscar incident. The promotional trailer for the new season, however, made no mention of Will Smith and the, host slapping Chris Rock incident at the 2022 Oscars. So we shall see. In my opinion, they don't need to talk about it. Please let that situation die. Let it be over.
You should have read the comments.
Because constantly talking about it ain't going to help nothing.
Yeah, the comments was crazy
For
when
real?
I saw the promo.
What was they saying, Rick?
Oh, man, they was going in. They was going in. I'm talking about I was scrolling, trying to find positive comments.
For real, Ricky?
Yeah, people was just saying, I will not be watching that toxic. They were just going in totally.
Yeah, and that last video I saw turned me off when she was recording him, and he just was like, "I'm at home, dude."
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that gave me goosebumps because you don't want to be filmed like that in your house.
In your house.
When
The only place where you can escape from all of that. And you go home and you got to deal with that in the house. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it was
all
hard
right,
to
y'all.
watch.
Me too. Moving on, y'all. Kendrick Lamar has announced his 5th studio album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It'll arrive May 13th. He announced the news yesterday by posting a letter written on PG Lang stationery. He linked the news to an article after responding to a tweet saying Kendrick Lamar is officially retired. It's been 5 years since Kendrick Lamar's last album. Dang. But back in August, he revealed that this would be his final album for TDE. So maybe that's just his final album with TDE, and then he'll continue because he's a great, great talent. All right, y'all. Last but not least, Mariah is re-recording new music. She re-recorded The Roof with Brandy, and it's a part of an online series called Masterclass with Mariah Carey. The video goes deep into Mariah's creative side and shows what's behind her thinking process. At one point, she can be seen coaching Brandy while arranging and recording the track. Carey said, "I've never let cameras in when I'm creating, not when I'm writing, and especially not when I'm singing. But now I'm taking Masterclass members into my studio to show them how we can write and produce music using their voice and become anything they want to be as long as they create, recreate, reimagine, and reinvent. The songs and classes are available through a subscription." So that's dope. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note, but we got Rock T's HBCU Know up next. And if you got any questions for Dr. MJ Collier, hit us up at 8669-RICKY. That's 8669-RICKEY. Who we repping today, Rock T?
Man, we going to be repping Virginia State University, another HBCU Know. Coming up next, man, right here on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I know. Now you know.
They know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU know.
Let's get it on, man. Rock Teasy for Sheezy in the house. It's time for another HBCU Know. Yes, indeed. We're going to always put a spotlight and shine on our heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. That's right. We're going to head on back down to Virginia State University. Established in 1882, home of the Orange and Blue Trojans, also home of the VSU Trojan Explosion Marching Band. Shout out to the Woo Woo Cheer Squad. Let's talk about two of y'all's former students. That's right, hip-hop rap group Das Effects. They began performing on the campus at Virginia State University, then rose to popularity in the early 90s. The lyrical delivery became one of the most influential lyrical styles in rap music at the time. They're known for mixing their rhymes with made-up words ending in iggity, like for shiggity, while delivering that fast-paced flow. My personal favorite line of theirs, chickity check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. From the Ice Cube hit single, Check Yourself. Ha-ha! Das Effects, proud HBCU alums of Virginia State University. Oh, by the way, DAS actually stands for Dre and Scoob, which happens to be their individual nicknames. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU know.
Boy, if your church ain't singing this. Oh, man. What church is this? Dr. Davidson, is it Mount Olive? Is it Faith Walker's, Pastor Brian? Come on. She nailed it, though. She nailed it. I would have joined, Brad.
Hold it! Yes, man. Help
half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Jaden Smith, y'all. It's a sad day for Jaden Smith. That's Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's son. They're saying, y'all, that he is being trolled online, y'all, by mocking people his own age, y'all. That's all he did was just mock them. Now, they're saying in a recent interview, Smith said, y'all, that he preferred hanging out with adults over kids growing up because children didn't like to talk about the political and economic state of the world. He said, I am very happy at least, that I spent my childhood with more adults than I did with kids my own age. He said, because I was picking up more things from adults than I was from kids my own age. Then he went on to mock his generation, y'all, for being too absorbed with social media as he impersonated a young person saying, look at my phone, selfie. He said, I'm just like, dude, look at my God. Oh, my God, he said. Can we talk about the political and the economic state of the world right now? Can we talk about what's going on in the environment? Can we talk about other things? And then they say Jaden noticed that he was getting trolled, y'all, on social media, and he reacted to the backlash by poking fun of himself with a meme, y'all. Isn't that sad that his own peers attacked him because he said he grew up? Didn't y'all grow up with around adults? Listening to what adults said and stuff and talking about stuff like that? Were y'all growing up around adults and they say, get your butt out of this damn room and go sit in the den?
Both.
Okay, both of them.
You don't get in grown folk conversations.
Nah, I have to really get on my grandson about that. He'll sit there and listen to some grown people before. That's what he get put on punishment for the most, listening to grown people conversation. And I don't play it. Get out of here. Ain't nobody talking to you. Mouth wide open.
That's right.
I'd be about to throw a glass. I swear, if don't
I know that's right.
Eva, that's the only thing on this earth that irritates me about my grown. What is his obsession with grown people conversation? And I don't allow it.
As you shouldn't. You know, there's certain times where you do want to teach your kids to be forward thinkers, and so you want to avail that space to have conversations. But then when it's not time for kids, it's not time for kids, and it's a grown folks conversation. And the kids, it's your job as parents to teach them that. They will not pick it up. You have to teach them.
Yeah, but look at Jaden. No, Jaden is a young man. He's rich. And look at his peers are all probably poor. Well, he got a career. He has his own thing going on and doing stuff. So, so I guess maybe hanging out around grown folks did help him out a little bit. I don't know, but I couldn't hang out around grown folks. He
is aware. He made that Just Water. He's been single-handedly assisting Flint with the water crisis. So he is very much on, like, climate control and stuff. But, kids still need to be kids because you got forever to be grown.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, Benzino, y'all, he denied, he is denying that he had a relationship, y'all, with trans actress Miss Shauna Brooks. Now, he went to Twitter saying, y'all, that he said, this is the movie, that made me and Shauna Brooks played in. He said, though we never did scenes together, he said the director gave my number to Shauna because she wanted to rent out the Crab Trap, y'all, for an event, honey. He said he had a couple of conversations, and still, to this day, they never met in person. And he also wanted to say that the movie is a comedy drama, and the first time that he ever did a comedy, he said it already won an award and is debuting on Tubi next month. He said, so don't be fooled, honey, by the fools who just wanted to fame his character. And he also wanted to say, Tubi? Who? Mm-hmm. Tubi?
Tubi.
Oh, what did I say, Tubi?
Tubi.
Tubi.
Oh. Same difference. But anyway, child, he went on to say, y'all, that, honey, he is a straight man who respects the LGBTQIA plus community, unquote. So, they need to leave that man alone. Y'all. He know who he met and who he didn't meet and who he's with.
Why did they record the conversation?
They so petty.
And
and 50 cents don't make it no better by trolling him. It's so petty.
But Sean is a beautiful lady, so my God, so why? I don't know. It's just.
But that ain't what he like.
Yeah.
But from the looks of it, that's not what this lady is saying, though. She's saying she's tired of being hidden.
Yes, she don't want to be put in the closet no more.
But the implication is that Benzino was hiding her, and he's like, "Look, I love the community, but you ain't my girl."
Yeah. But who do you believe, though?
Well, we need to get him on the phone and find out.
We do. Get him on the phone.
We need to know. Get him on the phone. Call him up.
Yeah, honey, we need to call Benzino because it's sad, honey, that he has to live his life this way, honey, in shame. And Miss Shauna has to be tucked away, honey, in shame. So
we need to get him on because I think he did something with Candy for her Speak On It podcast. And I was like, oh, he talking.
Oh,
okay.
Well, we need to get him on the show then. He needs to talk here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is summer hay. On the high end, you say summer hay, and on the low end, you say beautiful tan. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all, give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all. It is about that time. Wake up call. Get at your boy, 8669 Ricky. Come on.
It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up, encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Wake up to my family and friends in Ocean City and Salisbury, Maryland, and wake up to all the A. Philip Randolph Institute members, Miami-Dade. Wake up.
This is Brian Jackson from Little Rock, Arkansas. I want to say wake up, Anara King, wake up, Nancy Jackson, wake up.
This is Connie Honey from Jonesboro, Georgia. I want to say wake up to all my worktop crews and my 11 grandbabies. Wake up.
Good morning. My name is John. I'm from Houston. I want to wake up my two daughters, Dylan and Logan. I love y'all. Wake up.
Yes, this is Sharisa Slappy from Daytona Beach, Florida, and I want to wake up my husband, James Slappy, my son, boss, and the whole Daytona Beach, Florida. Wake up.
Kansas City, wake up. Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. West Palm Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up. Wake up.
All right.
Our favorite grandmama, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Hey. I know you want to be with Jesus. Hey. Janie, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Jenkins.
Happy belated Easter, and I'm glad everybody had. Janie, I'm glad everybody had a good Easter. I still got leftovers. Yeah, I got about 2 or 3 more of them Easter eggs. They getting me gassy. Just a little gas. Now here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Now the pastor say anybody that's been baptized in the past 2 months need to get re-dipped. Because he said one of the deacons had been using the baptismal pool as a hot tub for him and a choir member that he was smashing, as the young folks said. And that put bad spirits in the pool. So everybody got to be re-dipped. That water need to be blessed. Okay. You don't want them spirits on you. Trying to get you closer to the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, everybody I know you have trouble. Everybody I know you have trouble reading is being asked not to read out loud next to your neighbors because you messing them up when they trying to read the word along with the congregation. So if you have trouble reading, don't read out loud. Just fake it. Fake it till you make it. Yeah. As the young people would say. Now, the funeral service for Coretta Jackson's brother Montel. Do you know him, Montel?
Yeah.
Yeah, the funeral service for Coretta Jackson's brother Montel will be on Saturday. And he was only 38, but had suffered a long time from
burping fits, emphysema, irritable bowel syndrome, knuckle swelling, blood clots, hair coming out, extreme eye boogers. But that ain't what killed him. What took him out there, he was real cockeyed and he was at a sports bar just trying to order some wings from the bar, and one of them thugs thought that he was slick trying to look at his girlfriend booty and got mad and shot him. So if you cockeyed, wear some shades. Just put some shades on. This new generation, they want to know what you're looking at. I know somebody almost got to fighting with two people talking about what you looking at, what you looking at, what you looking at. He said, I ain't looking at now one of y'all. And they had to fight both of them. That concludes our church announcement. All right, Jay, I'll call y'all. All right, bye.
Hey, where your boy at? Left another voicemail. Let's take a listen.
Hey, son, Rick, listen up, son. This your boy Black Tony. Look, this day number 2, I'm on the run, son. I'm trying to stay in front of them folks, son. I feel like that movie, The Fugitive. I'm trying to stay in front of these folks, son, because they trying to get me for them damn parking tickets. They talking about I got 62 unpaid parking tickets. And they talking about I owe them for like 4 stacks. Look, son, I ain't got the money, so I'm on the run, son. I was trying to go to South Africa, but I ain't able to go to South Africa. I ain't got no passport. So look, son, I'm in the back of a van right now. I'm finna ride with my homeboy, white boy Bob. He said he got posts out of Arizona, shot in Tucson. TUCSON, shot in Tucson, Arizona.
It's too soon.
We finna go out there. I'm gonna go out there with him and your girl. But look here, son. I'm probably gonna stay out there for about a month. Let the heat get down some. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hot in them streets right now. It's hot in them streets for your boy, man. They trying to get me for them damn parking tickets. I ain't got them 4 rats out. And if I get caught, so they tell me I'm going to do like 30 days in jail. So I can't do 30 days. I can't do 30 days in jail. And I ain't got them 4 rats. And I know you ain't going to give it to me. So I know you ain't, Shawty, you might give it to me. I don't know. Maybe you could. Maybe you and Brad could put y'all money together and give me 4 rats. But look, Shawty, that's neither here nor there. Look here, Shawty. Call my mom. So you can take my paycheck over to the house. I know I got a paycheck coming. On Friday, Shawty. So, look, hit my mom up. I don't know. I got to get out of the phone, Shawty, because I don't want nobody to hit me.
Get a pen.
Just call my mama new phone, 678.
Damn. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the tea. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 5 minutes after the hour, Gary has the tea and the color of the day brought to you by.
This week at Macy's, get great spring deals on dresses and locker set cookware sets. Plus, get free gifts with your qualifying Shiseido purchase. And Macy's Star Rewards members earn rewards on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Sign up for free at Macys.com/Star Rewards. What's up, Gary?
Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. It's a very touching moment, y'all, right now when I deliver this story, y'all. Shaquille O'Neal, y'all. He is finally opening up, y'all, about his 2011 divorce from his beautiful ex-wife, Miss Shawnee O'Neal, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that the NBA legend discussed his career, his relationships, and his regrets. Now, the former Los Angeles Laker player, honey, he also explained, y'all, why he blames himself for the end of his marriage to his beautiful wife, Shawnee, who split from him back in 2009 after getting married in 2002. He said, quote, I've never talked about this, and I'm glad, honey, that I'm talking about it now. He said, it's just a touchy thing. He said, definitely, he said, I was bad. He said, Shawnee was awesome. She really was. He said, it was all me. Now, those y'all there saying that the basketball pro said that they didn't need to further discuss what he was doing. He explained that he said, I wasn't protecting my wife and protecting those fouls, y'all. This is sad. The Hall of Famer, y'all added, sometimes when you live that double life, and he said, you get caught up, Ricky. He said, I'm not going to say it was her. He said, it was all me, y'all. Then they said Shaq recounting the effort that his beautiful wife, ex-wife Shawnee, put into their relationship before the couple split. He said she did exactly what she was supposed to do and gave me beautiful kids. She took care of the mansion. She took care of the corporate stuff. He said it was just all me. He said sometimes when you make a lot of mistakes like that, he said you can't really come back from that, y'all. And then he also said the former couple had since y'all they restored their friendship, and O'Neal had nothing but compliments when talking about his ex-wife. He said she was awesome. She really was. He said it was all me, y'all. Isn't that touching?
Yeah. Good for him.
Everybody had one of them.
Oh my God!
Everybody had one of them. Boy, them streets will get you caught up sometime when you young, out there making money, and them damn women be sitting in the lobby. And they be sitting out there, they be sitting up real high. You know why they sitting up real high? They don't even have to stand up.
Yes, sir.
And you
get caught out there.
And y'all just be dumb and forget what you got at home, and children just waiting, honey. He said he missed going home to the mansion, honey, and hearing 5 voices making noise in the house. He said he missed all of that. He said he just can't live without it. And I'm glad he's confessing and saying that. So, because Shawnee seemed to be a nice woman, but right now she's engaged, honey, to a pastor. So, and he said he give him all his love and what have you and stuff. So it's something, honey. It's like the song say, ain't no woman like the one I got.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get her back because that pastor got Jesus on his side, and the Lord, that thing, he done wrapped that thing up, and she done heard a lot of good sermons and good preaching and stuff, and watching folks join the church, turning their life over to Christ. It's hard to go back to Shaq, and he over here doing these Geico commercials.
Okay, honey, and all the other ones that he done. Yeah,
I'm sorry, the general.
Yes, honey. Bless his soul. So let's just keep Shawnee and what's his name, Shaquille, lifted. Hopefully he finds somebody that he liked her. But Shawnee just needs to watch them women on the front row at the church too. So she ain't even clear yet. But
get them scarves that put over them dresses.
Yes, sir.
Brad, you apostolic.
Modesty cloth.
Yes, baby.
That's what they call modesty cloth.
They the modesty cloth. I'm A&E, baby. I ain't apostolic, but we definitely were modest.
Oh, yeah.
Modest cloth.
That all you had was a hanky, and you better unfold it in a nice square and put it over to your lap.
So let's keep Shawnee lifted too, honey. So, and the modesty cloth.
I didn't know they was called that. That tripped me out. Brad, you didn't know they was called a modest cloth?
No.
Yes, baby.
They got a whole new name for it.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Yes, honey. So,
yeah, when they pass out, boy, they're gonna be running up there in front of Shawnee husband passing out. And them old ladies, they run with them cloths. They be knowing they about to faint because they already got the cloth ready.
They got it ready.
When they pass out, boy, that cloth be waiting on them. As soon as they hit the floor, they cover them up. Yes, sir, Shawnee, you better watch out. Because they watching them NBA groupies, ain't they, Gary?
They sure are, honey. You better watch the first girls of the church, too, honey. So,
yeah, they had them wigs on up under them turbans. Yes, sir.
Nah, some of them girls forget to put on their panties when they go to church on the front row. So get them a modesty cloth, honey.
Boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh,
all right, moving on. In my final story, y'all, Cardi B, honey, she revealed that she gave Offset baby an ultimatum, honey. She told him, before I have any baby with you, you going to put a ring on it, honey, because she said she was not having kids with him if you didn't put a ring on it. And a lot of people saying that's good, but a lot of people saying also, is an ultimatum a good thing? Can you give a person an ultimatum? And they really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people don't like ultimatums, Ricky. So some people are like, you ain't gonna tell me what I'm gonna do.
That's respectful. Hey, if you want kids, put a ring on it. That's traditional and it's respectful, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because what if you had had the baby and he decided, well, I want to just wait, but the baby's already here.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Yeah, but the people, just the word ultimatum, there's a lot of people really hurt behind it. Like, you can't.
But it's
give me
up to
an
him to make the decision. I mean, he could have done it or not, and he chose to do it. So
and she put a ring on it, but she still had problems with him. So
that's life, Gary.
I know. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is summer hay. On the high end, you say summer hay, and on the low end, you say beautiful tan. That's your color for the day. What you say, Ricky?
No, I'm thinking about that damn cloth.
That modesty cloth.
That modesty cloth. Yes, sir, Brett. We got to post that, Brett. We got to talk more about the cloth.
Is it bigger than the hanky, Eva?
No, it's that little hanky, like little doily. You know, like little handkerchief.
It have lace around it, though.
Yes.
Lace
yes.
But you're going to find out we're going to cover you up, but we're going to have that lace on there. It can still be sexy laying on the floor.
Yeah. Classy, baby.
Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, listen, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Now, listen, as of right now, the federal government cannot make you wear a mask on a plane, train, or bus in the United States. Now, a federal judge in Florida said that the CDC overstepped its authority and did not follow the right procedures when it came up with the mask mandate. So none of the major airlines will make you wear a mask. And yesterday, Uber and Lyft said that they won't require masks either.
Yeah, Ricky, a lot of people are happy about having to not wear their mask anymore, but some people are very upset about this. I mean, COVID numbers are going back up again. It's a new variant. I mean, people don't think it's time to switch up.
It's real confusing, Brad, because depending on where you go, you might still have to put on that mask. All the judge basically said is that the federal government can't make you wear a mask, but private businesses and local laws might require it.
All right, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. What are your thoughts, Dr. Collier, and good morning to you.
And good morning, Rickey Smiley, and thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this problem here. On Monday, the federal judge, remember, he is politicizing health care by stating that the CDC and the Biden White House overstepped their authority by issuing a mask mandate on planes, trains, and other public transportation. And the immediate response, I mean, within hours, was to drop the mask mandate by several of the airlines, including some mid-flight. In other words, people were required to wear the mask. They boarded the plane. They were in the middle of their trip. The pilot came on and said, you can take the mask off, and people literally took that mask off mid-flight and started cheering and celebrating. And this was absolutely incredible behavior because some people boarded that flight based on decreased risk for the mask requirements. Suppose you had children that had not been able to be vaccinated traveling with you, or if you were a cancer patient, or if you were immune compromised in some way, and you said, well, at least when I get on the plane, you're going to have to wear a mask. Well, now that's not an issue. And amazingly enough, Ricky, the First Lady and I were on a flight yesterday. Dolores and I boarded a flight going from Atlanta to Dallas, and the gate agent immediately announced that masks were not required, even though I did see a lot of people in the airport proper wearing masks going to the gates. Once they got to the gate, she announced that they didn't have to wear masks. But more importantly, she also said, after that announcement, don't harass people who make the personal choice to still wear a mask. So, in other words, if you still chose to wear a mask, this was looked upon negatively, and they didn't want the other passengers, to give you the eye because you chose to wear a mask while wearing that flight. So this is, again, beyond my comprehension, and the reason why is because we are still going up on cases. Cases have increased by 40% in the last 2 weeks. We are now averaging about 39,000 cases a day, and that's up 43% from 2 weeks ago. And the cases are rising in 35 of the 50 states that we have now. So with this new variant coming out, with new cases coming out, this is just not the time to do that. The CDC had just recommended that we extend the mask mandate for at least another 2 weeks to get through this season before we really created a bad situation in the population once again. And this is just all the science is literally being ignored by the politics and personal choice options. People are being told that it's up to you and you can decide whether what your risk rate will be. And that's where we are with that, Ricky.
And, Dr. Collier, they said that if you have a mask on and you sit around people with no mask, you have about an hour. Even if you have the what's the mask the mask that's supposed to protect you the most?
N95.
Right. If you have on a, you say E95?
N.
Yeah, if you have on an N95 mask.
N95 and an N95, yes.
Right. If you have those masks on and you sitting around people without masks and one of them have COVID, you only have an hour and a half protection. But if both people have on masks, you have 6 hours of protection. So you can do a Atlanta to L.A. or Miami to L.A., a long flight like that and still be protected. But without other people wearing masks and someone has COVID and you have on the best mask, you only have an hour and a half of protection. And is that factual to your knowledge, Dr. Collier?
Well, absolutely, because you're still getting exposed. The mask does not filter 100%. And more importantly, Ricky, remember, you're not covering your eyes. And one of the entry points of the COVID into your body is along the moist cornea of the eye. That's one of the receptors. So if you're not covering your eyes and wearing a mask, then every moment that you're exposed, the amount of virus that you're taking in increases, and you can get to a point where you have enough virus in your body to cause a disease state. So again, this is going to be an incredible. Now we're going to have the people that choose to wear masks versus the mask less. And oftentimes the people that are choosing not to wear the mask are the people of the population that have chosen not to be vaccinated. And they are, they have their, for whatever reason, political thoughts about that. And they just don't think that they should be worried about it. And they're getting sick.
I definitely recommend those small cans of Lysol. If you have to fly and you got those little small cans of Lysol and you can just spray it every 10, 15 minutes or something, just to kind of clean the air a little bit, I would definitely recommend that. Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
Okay, so my thought process is this. The people that were wearing them and so gung-ho about staying safe in the beginning, they're not wearing them anymore like they were in the beginning. They're wearing them where mandatory, and then where they're not required, they're taking them off. So, I mean, what are you really protecting? Either you're going to wear it at all times or you're not going to wear it at all.
I've been wearing the mask since this stuff came out. And it's crazy that these politicians want to sit here and debate about wearing these masks because everybody thinks this thing is over. This thing ain't over. The variant is coming back. They confuse themselves about wearing these masks, and they're not caring the well-being of the human beings, because if they did, they would tell them to keep wearing them.
I do public transportation, and I have to tell my people when they get in to make sure that they have one, because I don't want you breathing on my neck and coughing on the back of my neck because you ain't got your mask on.
I think that you should keep wearing your mask, and yes, I'm going to wear my mask. You have asymptomatic people out here who are still carrying this virus who never get sick. Yes, it's hot. It's going to peak down. But when it gets cold and you've been around these individuals and you get sick, then what are you going to do? No, ma'am. Wear your mask.
Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Dr. Collier, there's a thing that's saying just because you can don't mean that you should. And if you got kids and you got elderly grandparents like I have or whatever, I got some bonus grandparents that I'm around. I'm around Miss Janie and different people. So let's just make sure that we have sense. If you're going to get on a plane and you're going to sit in that tube of recycled breath air, because by the time you breathe that air, the air has been in and out of people's mouths and butts several times. Because you breathe, I'm serious.
I was going to say, that's not the only air, Ricky. It's the other air as well that's contaminated with COVID virus. The lower GI tract air.
You said
yes.
Yeah. COVID is in gas. Yeah. It's in the gas that you release, and it's in your breath. If you're going to sit on a plane, you better get the best mask you can get and get the little small can of Lysol and use your own black folks common sense, what your grandmama taught you. I don't care what the government say or whatever. Sometimes, man, our freedom can become our bondage.
But you got to be careful when you spraying, though, Ricky, because people get mad. Because I did that, and I accidentally sprayed somebody next to me. I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. So when you get in your seat, just spray your little area, turn your blower on, and spray it, or act like you're going in your bag and just spray that spray.
On the low.
Act like you're going in your bag when you lean it down and just hit it. Hit it several times. And all of a sudden, that whole area where you're sitting, as long as you can smell that Lysol, you know that air is being clean. Does that make sense, Dr. Collier? Now help me out.
Now, that does make sense, Ricky, decontaminating the space. And I will state, again, on that flight yesterday, I'm wearing my N95 mask. Dolores is wearing her N95 mask. Every time you heard somebody cough or sneeze, you felt some kind of way about it. And it's because you knew that the air was being infected and contaminated. You cannot control that environment with that many people, and that air being, quote, circulated. Airplanes pride themselves on saying that they filter that air, but you cannot filter that air. It's just all of that air is not in the filter at one time. And it's constantly recirculating. So the virus and everything else is constantly. You smell those smells on the plane. That's not recirculated air.
And Gary, you make sure you keep your mask on because it make your chin look longer. Let's go. We got Ricky's Quickies. If y'all want, thank you, Dr. Colley. If y'all want to play Ricky's Quickies, you got 5 seconds. Dr. Colley, give us your disclaimer right quick.
These are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast, or its production crew. Follow me on Facebook at Ask Dr. MJ. Go to my YouTube channel, Ask Dr. MJ. All right, Ricky, thanks so much.
There it is, man. Thank you, Dr. Collier, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Let's get this thing popping, man. Let's go. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley, mama so black. She was riding a motorcycle and got a ticket for tinted windows.
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, you know who's wearing those doo-doo shoes? Like it, Wayne.
Quickies.
Jamie, take off those doo-doo shoes. Quickies.
Quickies.
Sometimes you got to encourage yourself.
Quickies.
Brad, I wear a dress if that's what it takes to get that brat attack bad.
Quickies.
Boo-boo shoes.
Quickies.
You ain't good till you ain't naked.
Quickies.
This is your
Quickies.
Ricky ain't said y'all. He tried to get Miss Jane and Chris to share a room.
Quickies.
Gary, is your daddy's name RuPaul?
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, you guys forgot the most important thing on the airplane with the lights on and the mask. He's not.
Quickies.
It's been a minute since I see you without that mask. I forgot how ugly you were.
Quickies.
The color for today is B.E. James Aftermath. On the high end, you say B.E. James Aftermath. On the low end, just say beautiful brown and red, honey.
Quickies.
Tell my husband Ricky I said hi.
Quickies.
Ricky, daddy is famous Amos. Give me some cookies.
Quickies.
Good morning, Ricky Smiley, and here's your prize package from the Dollar Tree. First, we have an 8-ounce, pre-shade, pre-packaged, and pre-clean sack of these nuts.
Quickies.
Yes, I want a B.E. James Eva.
Quickies.
I want to tell my husband, Charles Goodwin, Omega here in Montgomery, Alabama, that I love him. I love you too, Ricky.
Quickies.
Happy 420.
Quickies. Quickies.
This is a test. This is only a test.
Quickies.
Ricky Smiley, Easter egg head ass, beat up bubblegum head ass.
Quickies.
Brat, I know I'm late, but congratulations. I thought it would have been me.
Quickies.
Rocky, did that boy say, yo, mama?
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. I don't care what high school you went to in the high school talent show. It was one classmate that had a Jerry curl that came out there and did Prince and tore it up.
Yes.
And for us, that was Gerald Coley. Rest in peace. But he came out there, he hit that same note. And the girls went crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, y'all. Hey. Time right now is 4 minutes after the hour, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Gary, what you got here?
All right, Ricky, have you made it through your Easter candy yet?
It's still some left.
There's some left. But then
It'll
they're saying
be about 4 more months.
4 more months. Then they're saying maybe some of y'all, y'all have the munchies because you know what? It's 420. So do you have the munchies and y'all have the munchies 420? Anybody?
You already know.
I know. Oh, trust me, I know. Well, y'all, listen, this is the good thing, y'all. There's a new poll, y'all, that shows what your candy preferences might reveal about your personality. Now, they say people who prefer chocolate are more likely to be optimistic and shy, where people who like sour candy are more outgoing, and people who eat candy every day, Rock T, are more likely to be night owls. Did y'all know that?
No, I never heard that.
No, me neither.
Well, this is the deal. Now, they asked a bunch of questions about personality traits and also what types of candy people like. And here's some of those highlights. They say people who like sour candy are more likely to be extroverted and outgoing. They're also more likely to describe themselves as funny, sarcastic, and eccentric.
Really?
They say now if you prefer chocolate, you are more likely to be optimistic and shy. And people who opt for mint-flavored candy are the most likely to describe themselves as being a thoughtful person in general. Isn't that something?
And Gary, you're not shy because the way you snapped on that lady at Quick Trip because they was out of them king-size Snickers.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sure did, baby. And I make no error, honey. But
All the candy bars that got veins in them.
That's right. And they gotta be, that's right, honey. I didn't drove all the way over there for one, honey. You ain't got none. Baby. You need to restock. You need to do a restocking, though. So are any of y'all into these people?
I don't know, man.
Kit Kat and Reese's Cups. And I just can't believe, and they say that mean that you shy.
Yeah, because we definitely know that. But they say if you prefer chocolate like you, they say you're more likely to be optimistic and shy. Yeah. Now, you might be shy, but you're not optimistic. But
I'm real optimistic. What kind of candy y'all like, Brett?
I like Twix and I like Kit Kats. I like Bounty Bars, the kind with the coconut almond joys, but I don't eat them that much.
No, not the one with the coconut. Talking about almond joy?
Yeah, I love them with the almonds and the coconut.
Got nuts.
There's so many candies that I've never had because I'm allergic to nuts.
Yep.
So, I've never had an Almond Joy. I've never had a Snickers. I've never had any of those candy bars because I'm allergic to nuts.
You was allergic to nuts.
Yes, not balls, but nuts. Yes.
They've been
Let's
call
be
us to the
clear.
league.
Yes,
Play basketball.
Because our kids got to play basketball and tennis.
She like those whoppers.
Right.
She like those whoppers. That's what we mean.
Did she pee for that girl?
baby, she pee for that, honey. She been trying to take all my candy, honey.
I can't believe she said that on the radio.
You don't want your candy with the veins in it, Gary.
Yeah, she don't want mine, Brett.
I'm going to go and take that suspension with you because that was funny.
My Lord.
Oh, God, I'm crying. But, Rocky, you eat candy. Right, this dude sit up here and be eating Skittles for breakfast. What's wrong with you, bro?
Hey, Skittles is the breakfast of champions, man. I love like fruity candies like Skittles. I like Jolly Ranchers. Starburst, of course, the old school candies.
Man, we done seen Rock T put Skittles in some Lucky Charms to mix it up with the marshmallow. I'm like, what?
I love it,
are you serious?
I love it, dog.
Look at all the candies he liked, though, Ricky. He liked Skittles, nice, colorful candies, the rainbow. He liked the candies that burst in his mouth.
There you go.
And y'all talking about me, huh?
Boy, y'all to make any damn thing.
Okay.
Anything. Y'all just take anything and just run with it.
Run with it, huh?
All right.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Time right now, 26 minutes after the hour. We got the front page. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wash Up Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. Now, in international news, Russia has sent more troops into eastern Ukraine yesterday. President Biden is expected to announce a new weapons package that will be sent to Ukrainian forces. Meanwhile, flooding and mudslides in South Africa have killed more than 400 people and destroyed nearly 4,000 homes, and they are in our prayers. Back here in the U.S., the Justice Department said that it will appeal a Florida Federal District Judge's Court ruling to end nationwide mask mandate on public transportation. The department said that it will do so only if the CDC believes that the mandate is still necessary. President Biden said that Americans should decide for themselves whether to wear masks on public transportation. And the Department of Homeland Security is actively preparing for an increase in immigrants next month when a Trump-era pandemic restriction lifts on the U.S.-Mexico border. There are growing concerns from both Democrats and Republicans on how the Biden administration plans to handle this surge. And in some very good news, more relief is on the way for student loans, everybody. The Biden administration announced yesterday that 40,000 borrowers would see their student loans become more eligible for discharge under the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, and 3.6 million more will move closer towards forgiveness. Lastly, you might notice something in the air today. It's 420, widely known as Sticky Icky Weed Day. All right. That was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Let's talk about them NBA playoffs going on right now. Them New Orleans Pelicans, they even up the series against the Phoenix Suns like it's 1-1 now, but Brandon Ingram went off for 37 points. New Orleans say, listen, man, we ain't just going to lay down and let y'all roll all over us. Game was tight last night. Memphis Grizz, they bounced back and beat Minnesota. That series is tied up 1 game apiece. Ja Morant dropped 23 points. Yo, Ja Morant is unguardable. Like you got to start putting this brother's name in
that's
top.
My favorite NBA player.
Come on,
this
man.
year.
He may be top 5 in the NBA, like for real.
For the past 2 years, man, him and Trey Young, I just absolutely love watching them play.
Yeah, man. But Miami handling Trey Young. Miami.
Oh, yeah. What's his name with the braids?
Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler. 45 points last night, and Trey Young is looking a little bit frustrated, you know what I'm saying? So Miami lead that series 2-0. The Cleveland Browns.
Well, that remind you of Mo Cheeks. What's his name for the Sixers? What his name, Dave?
Old school?
Yeah, point guard for Dr. J back in the day. That's who he reminds.
You ain't talking about Andrew Turney, are you?
No,
Maurice Cheeks.
Maurice Cheeks. That's who Trey Young remind me of.
Yes, sir, man. Let's shout out to the Cleveland Browns quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He did not report to start the Browns offseason program. He demanded a trade back in March. Y'all probably saying, why? Because they signed Deshaun Watson, and he's going to be their new starting quarterback. And I'm assuming that Baker does not want to be a backup quarterback.
Is he going to start at the beginning of the year?
Who, Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
As of right now, yes, unless the NFL comes in and suspend him for, the allegations of what's going on with his legal situation. Now, if that's the case, then whoever's going to be on the roster will start, whether that's going to be Baker or not.
I would sit on the bench, get that check until I get traded or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to end up happening.
Because if Baker Mayfield start and he winning or whatever, then they'll work Deshaun Watson into the offense. But if he's winning, I don't see them taking him out of the game.
There's nothing wrong with a quarterback, a little competition. You know what I'm saying? A little controversy, a little positive controversy, because let Baker win the position. But Baker's assuming that Deshaun Watson is coming in to be the starter unless Cleveland told him that. Like, hey, we're bringing Deshaun in. He's going to be the starter. You're going to be the backup. If they told Baker that, then that's why Baker said, okay, well, go ahead and just trade me.
Okay.
We'll see what happens, man. The Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is the bottom of the hour. It is time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, look like somebody might finally be held accountable for Tupac's murder after 25 years. According to the Los Angeles Metropolitan Police Department, who have been actively investigating since, the September 1996 execution of Tupac, they have reportedly narrowed in on the involvement of California Crip gang member Keefe D. At one time of Tupac's murder, Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, was widely suspected of pulling the trigger, confirmed by his uncle. Now, in a book he co-authored titled Compton Street Legend, Keefe D shared details of his involvement. Now, reportedly, Reggie Wright Jr., who worked for the label signed to Young Tupac, addressed speculation that the PD has been seriously looking into pinning Keefe D for the murder, he said. He said, let's put this in this way. I bet Keefe D has been having the runs for the last 2 weeks because, yeah, they are knocking on doors and there's some activity. Former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who was the lead investigator on Tupac's murder case, called for Keefe D's arrest many times. During a former interview discussing the case, Greg stated there is adequate probable cause to arrest Keefe D on conspiracy to commit murder charges based on his numerous public confessions. He's making a mockery out of the justice system. For history's sake and for the sake of their own reputation, they ought to arrest Keefe D and place the burden of responsibility onto the shoulders of the DA's office. Now, Reggie Wright Jr. speculates that judging by intensity of the LVMPD's recent movements, Keefe's arrest would happen sooner than later. Ain't that something, y'all, after 25 years?
Man.
How old is he, 60?
Good. Okay.
but I guess he won't stop talking about it. So this is what happens when you just keep on talking. You can talk yourself right on into prison, especially if you did something you didn't have no business doing. So, people are just crazy out here. But I hope they find who did this. I hope they find Biggie's killer and Tupac's killer, because somebody did it. And as they find every answer for everything else, for who murdered any and everybody else, they ought to be able to handle this and find out who's doing this. It's crazy. And last but not least, y'all, Will Smith may be taking quite a hit as far as the ratings go, but his book sales are off the shelf. His memoir from 2021 has resurfaced at number 73 on USA Today's best-selling books list. The book debuted at number 3 on the list in November of last year, and it stayed there for 15 weeks. Now, Netflix and Apple TV Plus, both of which were willing to spend big bucks to secure the rights, they've backed out of the bidding war to turn the memoir into a film, and the fate of Bad Boys 4, which also stars Martin Lawrence, is unknown. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note, but coming up next, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.